A single ship in the ocean just stopped everything between two powerful countries.
Hey, I'm Mark, and what I'm about to show you is bigger than just news.
Now the world is asking, is the ceasefire already falling apart? Something big just happened in the sea. A US warship stopped an Iranian cargo ship. It was not just a normal stop, it was forced. Iran says this ship was carrying goods from China. The US says it broke a blockade. Now everything is tense. Both sides are angry. Iran says this is an attack, and they promise to respond. At the same time, there was supposed to be peace talks, but now Iran is refusing to come. The ceasefire that was holding things together now feels very weak. Oil prices are already reacting. Traders are scared, because if this gets worse, it could spread across the whole region. And this is only the beginning. No one knows what will happen next, but one thing is clear. This ship may have just changed everything.
This was not random. The ship, the timing, the tension, it was building for days. This did not happen out of nowhere. There was already pressure in the region. The US had been watching the sea closely. They believed some ships were breaking rules, especially ships linked to Iran. At the same time, there was a fragile ceasefire in place. Both sides were trying to stay calm, but trust was already very low. One small move could break everything. Then this ship appeared. The US decided to act fast, strong, and very public. Now Iran feels disrespected. They say this crossed a line. So instead of calming things down, this moment made everything worse. And now the world is watching closely, because this is no longer just about one ship. It is about power, control, and what happens next.
The moment the news broke, money started moving. Fast. As soon as the ship was stopped, traders reacted. Not slowly, instantly. Oil prices began to rise, because this region matters a lot. Many countries depend on this area for energy, and when there is tension, supply feels at risk. Even if nothing has stopped yet, fear alone can move markets. Investors started asking questions. Will ships be blocked? Will routes become dangerous? Will this turn into something bigger? So they did what they always do in fear. They moved their money. Some rushed into oil. Others pulled out of risky trades. The market is not waiting for answers. It is reacting to uncertainty. And right now, uncertainty is everywhere.
It started with fear, but now fear is turning into real money pressure. The reaction did not stop. It got stronger. Oil traders pushed prices higher again, because now the risk feels real, not just news, but action. When ships in this region feel unsafe, everything becomes more expensive. Insurance costs go up. Shipping companies demand more money. Even delays become likely, and that adds pressure to global supply chains. At the same time, stock markets started to feel nervous. Investors don't like uncertainty, so some started selling risky assets and moving into safer places: gold, cash, stable positions. This is what happens in tension. Money doesn't disappear. It just moves faster than people expect. And right now, it is moving because one event at sea changed the mood of the world. It started with fear, but now fear is turning into real money pressure. The reaction did not stop. It got stronger. Oil traders pushed prices higher again, because now the risk feels real, not just news, but action. When ships in this region feel unsafe, everything becomes more expensive. Insurance costs go up. Shipping companies demand more money. Even delays become likely, and that adds pressure to global supply chains. At the same time, Stock markets started to feel nervous. Investors don't like uncertainty, so some started selling risky assets and moving into safer places: gold, cash, stable positions. This is what happens in tension. Money doesn't disappear. It just moves faster than people expect. Right now, it is moving because one event at sea changed the mood of the world.
The tension is now at its highest point. One mistake could change everything. The world is now holding its breath because the situation is no longer just political. It is fragile. Every word from leaders is being watched. Every movement in the sea is being tracked. And every delay in talks feels dangerous. Inside the region, military forces stay alert, not attacking, but ready, because nobody knows what comes next. Markets are also stuck in fear mode. Prices swing up and down, not because of real change, but because of emotion, fear, speculation, uncertainty. And this is where things can break. If one more ship is stopped, or one more warning is issued, the situation could escalate quickly. Now everyone is waiting for the same thing, a signal: peace.
Everything now hangs on one question. Will this calm down or explode into something bigger? At this point, the world sees two paths. One path is calm. Both sides step back. Talks restart. Ships move safely again. Markets slowly recover. Fear fades away. But the second path is very different. If tensions continue, more ships could be stopped, more warnings could be issued, and more countries could get involved. That is when things become unpredictable, because in global conflicts, small actions can grow fast. And once trust is broken, it is very hard to rebuild. Right now, no one knows which path will happen. Officials are still speaking, markets are still reacting, and the ocean is still moving quietly, hiding a very loud tension underneath.
The world is still frozen, but silence like this never lasts long. Right now, nothing new has happened, but that is exactly what makes this moment dangerous. Because when tensions rise this high, silence is not peace, it is pressure building up. Governments are still in contact, trying to avoid mistakes, trying to prevent escalation. Markets are watching every signal. One statement can move prices. One decision can shift confidence. And in the ocean, ships continue their routes. But every captain knows the risk is higher now. Everyone is waiting for clarity, a message, a deal, or a warning. Because once that comes, everything will move again, fast. And this time, there may be no pause.
Subscribe if you want to stay ahead of the next financial